Tina, you should find someone, Vayan. You are already 23 and still with no BF. Don't you feel bored? Vayan, oh please, Tina. I can't lose it to any random guy. You know that I kept myself away from this all to keep it for the man I will love and marry. Tina, fine. But find your Mr. Perfect already. I want to attend your marriage. Vayan. To be honest, I'm not in hurry. I will wait until I will find him. Tina. Okay, babe, as you wish. Nodding your head, you looked around the road to cross it. Holding Tina's hand, you crossed the road. Vayan. You should go now. Tina. You sure? Vayan. Yes. Say hi to your grandma from me. Tina. Yeah, sure. Be careful. Vayan. You too. Waving goodbye to Tina, you took your steps for home. You and Tina were BFFs. Both worked in a garments factory as mere workers. Usually Tina and you go back hostel together, but she had to meet her grandma so she left. It was already 8:45 p.m. and road was almost empty. You were walking fast to reach your hostel, but suddenly rain started soaking you. Out of nowhere it was raining heavily. Heavy rain with lightning and thunderstorm. It was the worst nightmare for you. You tried to run to reach hostel, but it was getting harder for you. Putting your hands on your ears, you started running on road. Without looking the directions, you were running in the middle of the road. Tears were streaming down on your face and your eyes were shut tightly. Your whole body was soaked in rain. Tired of running, you fell in the middle of the road. Sitting there, blocking your ears with your hands, with tightly shut eyes, you were screaming for help with shaky body. Completely out of your senses, you were alone in the street. You were sobbing when a car stopped few inches away from you. With the horn, they tried to move you away, but it became useless. Waiting for some minutes, car's door opened and Taehyung came out with his two bodyguards and a driver. The noise of the rain and thunderstorm was quite loud. Taking some steps towards you, Taeyong aimed his gun at you. Taeyong, get out of the way if you don't want to lose life. He growled, but you didn't listen him. He waited for your response but got nothing. Taeyong, I said get out of the way. Still no response. Fuming in anger, he took step towards you, but his right hand man Jim whispered in his ear, Boss, this could be a trap. You should go back in the car. I will handle this drama. Taeyong, it's fine. Indicating them to stay still, he walked towards you. Reaching near you, he roared, Do you really want to die? Who sent you? You were still just crying, putting your hands on your ears and closing your eyes. Not getting any answer, he bent and sat in front of you. Looking your condition, he put his hand on your shoulder to tap it. As soon as his hand touched your body, you opened your eyes wide. He put his gun on his lap and was just staring you. But as you saw him, you held his both hands in your shaky hands. Ryan, please help me. Please save my dad. Please, please save him. My dad will die. Please save. Help. You were screaming for help, holding his hands without noticing his gun on his lap. You moved closer to him as your body touched his strong body. Tears were mixing with rain, but he could clearly see your trembling lips. He tried to ignore you and was about to caught up when your grip loosened on his hands and your head plopped on his strong chest. For some seconds he stayed still, but then, separating you from him, he took you in his arms and walked to the car. Taeyong's POV. At first, I thought she must be sent by my enemies, and everything is pre planned. But watching her crying eyes, trembling lips, shaky body, and her pleadings for help, I understood she is just a random girl. I wanted to leave her, but before I could take action, she blacked out. It was night and she was soaked in rain. Her white shirt was now showing her body clearly. I could have left her there, but I don't know why I took her with me. All the way she was on my lap and her head was resting on my chest. Reaching home, I took her in my bedroom. But we both were soaked in rain and water drops were still dripping from our clothes. I took her in bathroom, but taking her there, I regretted my decision of taking her with me because she was still unconscious and I never let any lady maid enter my house. From cook to sweeper, all were men. There was not any lady who can change her clothes, and I can't ask my man to change her wet clothes. Taking a deep breath, I looked at her, but it made situation even worse. I must say, she was gorgeous. I never had seen beauty like hers. She was natural beauty without any makeup and surgeries, not like those who roamed around me with kgs of makeup and fillers with short and revealing dresses. Her clothes were hugging her body and making her black visible. Looking her very close, my junior twist, and I felt hopeless. I never cared about those who wanted to warm my because I always get myself away from women. I wasn't a womanizer, but watching her, my heartbeat accelerated. I unbuttoned her shirt. My fingers were itching to touch her bare skin, but I closed my eyes tightly and inhaled the air deeply. Taehyung, you can't take advantage of an innocent girl, Taehyung. It's against your rules. These thoughts and think positive. Opening my eyes, I took off her bedclothes and without letting my heart distracting my mind anymore, I changed her into my shirt. My shirt was big enough to cover her body till her knees. She was a small and cute girl. I took her to bed and went to take shower. Done with the shower, I called doctor. After checking and telling me that she will be fine, doctor left. I was standing there thinking what I should do now because I can't sleep anywhere else. I can't change room or bed because it makes me uncomfortable and my whole night will be ruined. Thinking about 10 minutes, I lie down on bed beside her. Looking her face, I remembered how she was begging for help. But why she need help? There was no one else than whom she was asking for help. I stretched my arm to touch her face. She was looking pale, but still she was looking like an angel, beautiful, innocent, and pure. I suddenly started to feel hot. I knew the reason. After a long time, I was really close to a girl, and every part of my body was aching to feel her. Not wanting to waken up the beast in me, I pulled back my hand and closed my eyes. Vian's POV. Feeling heavy burden on my body, I opened my eyes lazily. But my eyes widened, looking a man on me. His hand was under my neck and other was wrapped around my waist. His legs were also hugging me like I was a pillow. My eyes filled with confusion and sleep. I looked up on his face. He was handsome, no doubt, but still I terrified looking him really close to me. He snuggled his face in the crook of my neck, and I felt my heart will explode. It was the very first time I was in man's arms, and not just in his arms, but in his room. My heart was beating really fast. Thinking of what to do, I slowly removed his hand, which was around my waist, and then slowly removed his legs. I was very careful because I was scared. What if he woke up and took the advantage of me? I slowly got up of bed, but as soon as my foot touched the ground, I saw my legs. My heart was shaking on different thoughts. I looked down. I was still wearing my. I wasn't feeling any kind of pain nor uncomfortable anywhere. Then how and why I am in his shirt? What happened last night? How I came here and who is he? I tiptoe to the door so I can get out of there before he wakes. I turned the door handle, but it was locked. I tried to open it again and again, but it was locked, so how it could open without key? But in frustration, I lost my mind and madly started banging the door. The loud noise of door banging made the young flinch in sleep. He immediately sat on bed and took his gun from the side table. Within blink of an eye, he stood up in indignation, but when he saw that you were the one causing this noise, he ran towards you in fury. Reaching near you, he pulled your arm angrily. You were not ready for this. Losing balance, you were about to fall down, but his strong arm pulled you and you collided with his strong chest. But within no time, you straightened up and distanced yourself from him. Vian, stay away from me and let me go, you shouted while panting heavily. Taehyung, that's not the way of thinking, he said calmly. Vian, why the heck I'll be thanking you? How I came here? Did you kidnap me? Taehyung, first of all, I hate the way you are talking. No one is allowed to shout on my face. And before letting him complete his sentence, you shouted, I don't care what you hate and what you love. I just want you to open the door and let me go. I can understand what you want. How dare you change my clothes? I clearly can tell your intentions. He was just staring you with fire in his eyes while you were shouting madly. Your words left in your mouth when he angrily grabbed your arm and dragged you towards the bed. Throwing you on bed, he hovered over you and your shirt you were wearing. You were screaming under him to stop him and pushing him with all your strength, but everything was useless. His eyes were red like fire. Taeyong, now I will teach you how to talk and will tell you who the heck I am. He whispered mysteriously in deep voice and put his burning lips on your neck.